So let's think of rooks and queens as pieces that can create walls on the chessboard. And I mean giant walls, walls that are so tough a king cannot get through them. Look at this rook here on b4. So just imagine that it's building walls across the chessboard, north, south, east, and west, every direction, straight across. This king on e5 cannot get through these walls. Just imagine big walls on your chessboard. This king right here may want to drop down to e4, but he can't because of the wall this rook is making. So when we think of rooks and queens as able to make these giant walls, it becomes really easy to get a checkmate. Now the first thing you need to know is it's a lot easier to checkmate a king on the edge of the board than it is in the middle of the board. So the first recommendation I give you is if you have a rook or two rooks or a queen against a king, get the king to the edge of the board. It doesn't matter which edge of the board, but get him to the edge. Once a king is at the edge of the board, checkmating is a cinch. So let's have a look at this position right here. We have two rooks. So what do? We're going to build walls. In fact, this is so easy to get a checkmate with two rooks. We don't even need our king. Our white king on f1 can just enjoy the show. He doesn't have anything he needs to do. We're going to build walls with our two rooks. We're going to drive the black king to the edge of the board, and we're going to checkmate him. Piece of cake. So what a lot of beginners might do right here is they just want to call check. I want to call check. And they might put their rook to a5. Well, that's not really a very good idea because that king will just start moving around. Maybe he goes down to e4, and then we're just getting kind of flabbergasted. So much better thing to do right here is just to make a wall. Go up here with your rook to a4, and you can see right now we've just put a wall across the board. That black king cannot get through that wall. He can go anywhere he wants in that area, but he's not getting south of that wall. So let's just say he's going to move to e5. And now we take our other rook and we create another wall. Oh, look at this. So now we got two walls. Now that black king cannot go down to the fourth rank. You know, he has no ability to go forward down here. So he's got to go back. He's going to go back towards the 8th rank because these two rooks are forcing him backwards. So maybe he goes back here. And then we build another wall. And there it is. Look at this. That king is just going back. He has nowhere to go but back. Back he goes. And then we call check again. And once again, we are making walls across the board, and this king is moving back, 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 and pow! Look at that. Checkmate. The king cannot come forward because of the rook. This wall goes across the board. This wall goes across the board. That king is stuck. It's an easy checkmate. So you see how quick and easy this is to do. It's like a staircase. In fact, many chess players call it the step method or the staircase. It's just cut off the king, build a wall, and then step, 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 bow, all over. And so that's really easy. But let's just go back and let's say, what if we move up here and maybe black player's a little smart. He's going to start heading towards our rooks. And so we go up here and then he goes up here. Now it would be a terrible mistake to move our rook to a6. That's a terrible mistake. Why? Because this king will just take this rook. See that? This rook right here is unguarded. So that would not be a very good move. So if the king starts approaching our rooks like this, it's really simple. All you do is swing the rook to the other side of the board, and we still have our wall. See that? That king cannot get near our rook anymore. And so now the king says, oh, what do I do now? Maybe I'll go here. And so by going there, he's going to prevent our king from, or our rook from going to a6. We can't put our rook to a6 like we wanted. So we'll just do the same with this rook. We'll swing him all the way to the opposite side of the board. Look at that. And now, once again, we have all our walls. And there's no way this king's getting near us. He can try to creep towards us. Maybe he goes here and then boom. And now he's got to go back. Remember, all these squares are cut off. He can't go these routes. So he goes back, and we call check, and he's forced to go to the back rank. His only move is to go to the back. The edge of the board, remember? That's where we get checkmates. Boom. Checkmate. So very easy, very quick. Let's just review this. So we cut off the king, we build a wall, and we just step, 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 checkmate. All right, now you got it. Easy one.